Alright, in this video I'm going to show you guys how to do a resistance check of a couple different items. So in this part of the Skills USA competition, they're going to have a digital multimeter and some various objects in which we are going to test for resistance or continuity. So with our multimeter, they're going to have two different test leads, a positive and a negative. So you're going to take your negative lead and obviously put it in the black port. Now, your positive lead, because we are wanting to measure resistance or continuity, the symbol is the horseshoe, okay, or the ohms resistance. So you're going to need to look on the meter, right, to see where the positive lead goes into. You should see the symbol here, so we would set it there. Okay. Turn your multimeter on, go to horseshoe. Now, what you always want to do is check and make sure that your multimeter is reading accurately. With the digital multimeter that is auto ranging, what you're going to need to do is give it a second for the decimal place to find where it needs to be. If you see on the screen, the decimal place moves, so give it a second as you see the decimal place needs to find where it should be. So in this case, the actual test leads have 0.2 ohms of resistance. Okay? Now, if they aren't connected, that means open loop. Okay? That means that we have infinite resistance. So, if you were to test something like a piece of plastic, right, even if the meter shows something, we probably shouldn't get any measurement because this cannot conduct electricity. And you got to be careful because your fingers can actually conduct electricity through yourself. So if I touch each end, you will see, right, there's no continuity between us. So this is what you would write down. Now, next thing is we've got a wire, right? It should be able to conduct electricity. So in this case, this wire has 0.25 ohms of resistance, okay? And then we'll measure one more thing, a piece of rubber. Now, a piece of rubber doesn't really conduct electricity, but if it's a short piece, it actually might. So as we can see, the meter is kind of jumping around because it's not quite sure if it actually is making contact or not. So you need to make sure to try and hold it still, give it a second, and see if it will find anything. If it doesn't and it's jumping around like that, I would just say open loop, because it shouldn't really find any resistance, right? As you can see, it intermittently goes to open loop. You can see it's jumping around between mega ohms, kilo ohms, right? It's trying to find something, but it can't really find a signal. So if you have a piece of rubber, piece of plastic, piece of wood, you should have open loop, infinite resistance. All right.